96.1 FM. When you hear the sound, it is time to talk business in Lagos and how best to take your business from 0 to 100. Good morning and welcome to Accelerate Lagos here on Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. My name is Taiwo Barua. On the show today, we shall be talking easy repayment structures, how LSETF helps you grow your business. My guest is Oluwakemi Ladirin. She is a risk management officer at LSETF. That's Lagos State Employment Trust Fund. That's the agency saddled with the responsibility of holding your hands through the journey of running your business in Lagos and supporting you in every possible way to grow your business. And Accelerate Lagos is proudly brought to you by this same agency. Good morning to you, Oluwakemi, and welcome on the show.
Thank you, Taiwo.
All right, then. So let's get down to business now. Let's start with the basics, what the LSETF MSME loan and what it's designed for. Because if we're not talking about loan, then we shouldn't be talking about repayment. So what is this loan all about for MSMEs in Lagos?
Okay, so it's all about empowering our businesses, our business owners.
Okay.
So we know the pain of running a business in Lagos, especially in Lagos. So we designed these programs for those who want to, who own businesses. And at the end of the day, the end goal is to employ more hands and to increase wealth for Lagos residents. So in all of this, we have the medium enterprises, which are the ME.
Okay.
We have the medium enterprises startup, which is the MES, and the small scale enterprises. So that's the SME. Yes, and they are designed for all of them, for them to be able to. Sorry, I'm stuttering.
No, it's fine.
For them to grow their business, and then employ more hands. That's basically it.
All right. What are the categories of loans available for businesses and the general requirement for businesses or business owners for them to meet to have access to these loan?
Okay, thank you for that question. As mentioned earlier, we have the MES, the ME, and the SME. And the requirements are the basic KYC requirements. When you're opening an account in a bank, the basic KYC, such as your passport photograph, your government issued ID, and then your BVA and your basic KYC details. Actually, the only unique thing for LSETF is the LASRA ID to show you're a resident of Lagos State. Because the goal here is to empower Lagos State residents to build wealth, as I mentioned earlier, and to gain more employment for people, for young ones too there. So those are the basic requirements. And then for the SME and ME, the bank statement is needed, the CAC document for SME, for the businesses who are registered. Yes.
So let's look at some of the things LSETF considers in supporting people with loans. For some people, you must know someone, you must come highly recommended. First, let's establish that. Do you have to come highly recommended, or just anyone can apply for your loan?
Anyone can apply, as long as you're a Lagos State resident. Anyone.
And for you to apply, what are the things you should actually consider? What are the things you must have aside from these requirements you mentioned now? For some business owners, who am I to go there? I mean, I don't even have a business idea, or I don't even have this. What are the things you need to have in place? Non-material things you need to have in place. I'm not talking about the requirement now. It could be your idea. What kind of business should you be running? If I want to run e-hailing business, can I apply for your loan? If I want to venture into real estate, I mean, I'm not talking MSMEs, right? So what are those things you should, have?
So The beautiful thing about LSETF is that we attend to all sectors.
Okay.
Like the real estate you mentioned is under the service. We can describe them as they're providing services.
Okay.
So you have an idea, right? And then you want to make a business out of it.
Okay.
At the same time, you want to create wealth because we're looking at just in line with our vision to impact Lagos State residents and build jobs, build wealth and create jobs. So if your idea brings job at the end of the day, it's something we are willing to finance because we give, like for the MES, for example, the startups, what we need is just your certificate of training. And we don't just stop at giving you loans at LSETF.
Okay.
We offer a lot of programs to build business owners, you know, on things like bookkeeping, on things about human resource, because it can be an issue for most business owners getting the right employed hands to build a business. So yes, you don't need to know anyone in-house. It's as simple as going to loans.lsetf.ng to apply for the loan. And also the end goal, you know, having a business, as you said, and the services, whatever sector, actually, we are open to them. There's no discrimination. Yeah.
Having mentioned all of these, you have been in the game for quite some time. Can you tell us some of the things you have noticed entrepreneurs present and, disqualifies them from having access to this facility?
Okay, that's a very lovely question because we have a lot of people calling in, you know, saying they applied and then there are good inflows on their bank statements, but they still get declined. So there are so many things that could affect an applicant from being approved. One of which is verification. Are you giving us the right documents? Are they verified? Because when you apply, during the process after application, we verify all of those details and documents that have been provided.
Okay.
There is an on-site visitation of your business, or even like, is this person real? Are we talking to a ghost? You understand?
Okay.
Yeah, and then there's the credit standing. It is important to have a good credit history and know that you collected loan from all these online apps and you didn't pay back. So some people have that, some people fall in that category of having bad loans. And then the verification part, I mentioned that, and they're not having insufficient inflow to pay or the capacity to repay the loan. So those are like the major pointers on some of the things that that can hinder them from getting the loan.
All right, Lagos, you're tuned to Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. The program is Accelerate Lagos, and today we are talking repayment structures, how LSETF helps you grow, your business in Lagos. Now let's talk. Let's talk payment, repayment of loan. Why are we even discussing this? Do you have applicants who default in repayment? Let's start with that.
Of course, that question. I don't think there's any financial institution I don't have applicants who default. Yeah, in as much as we're trying to help business owners, there are still people who default. But and because of that, another wonderful thing that LSETF does, is that we understand the pains, right, of being able to pay the loan in the first place and the cost of running a business.
Yeah.
So that's why our loan interest rate is as low as 9% annually. Annually, that's 12 months. So that's like maybe 0.7. So it's substantial, right? And then we have flexible repayment tenure, as much as 2 years for applicants, for business owners, to enable them to pay these loans conveniently without it affecting their businesses. So, and because of that, and another way to avoid those defaults, we carry our beneficiaries by hand, by calling. There's SMS. There are a lot of things in place for customers, for applicants to beneficiaries to reach out to us if they have any troubles making payments. Because of course you came to apply for the loan, and you've been paying, which we've been communicating with you also. So if there's any reason that you default in your payment, you can always reach out via the SMS or the phone number that has been provided, or even via email.
All right, then let's move on now. So for those who default, how do you help them to ensure that they are able to redeem this promise of repaying their loan?
Okay, Taiwo. Yeah, I mentioned that earlier when I was talking about it, that we do call, there's SMS.
Okay.
And of course, for the defaults, I forgot to add that there are penalties.
Okay, I was
for
actually
default.
going to ask
Yeah,
that.
there are penalties for default. And one thing, we don't encourage defaults and that's why we sensitize the negotiants on what credit is about. Because there's an agency, the Credit Bureau Agency, where all beneficiaries that take loans all over in Nigeria are being reported. So if you constantly have that record of defaults, it affects your ability to assess loan, your creditworthiness. Thank you. So as to assess loan from any financial institution. So to avoid this, that is why, as mentioned earlier, we have the flexible tenor payment plan. Yeah. And then the fact where there's an open door, you can easily reach out to us when there's an issue.
Okay.
And it's a case-by-case basis. I don't want to say it's on air and then they take advantage of it.
Yeah.
But it's a case-by-case basis. When you have an issue, you can reach out to us and we look at what you've done, look at your performance so far, and then, suggest what is better.
Some people have, messaged us about how cumbersome the process can be. You have to do this, you have to do that, and then you have to wait for a while. Walk us through the process from application to the disbursement.
So the process is like this. You apply with all of your details, your information, the KYC I mentioned earlier, your documents, and then it goes to the next stage of verification. After the verification, that's, like I mentioned earlier, the field verification and the document verification. Then it goes through review. That's the document, your bank statement inflows, your credit worthiness, standing. After all of that, next line is offer letter. That is you being approved, you knowing exactly what your application status is.
Okay.
If you have been approved, for being declined.
Okay.
Yeah. After that is the disbursement. So it's just like a 4-step, and which can be closed on within 3 weeks.
Oh, 3 weeks.
Within 3 weeks, it can be closed on. Also, like I mentioned, depending on what the beneficiary or the applicant has provided. There are some applicants that don't provide all of the documents. Somebody can provide maybe just the passports and there's no guarantor details.
Okay.
We are still waiting on them. So it's from the part where all documents have been provided and everything has been,
Is it the same for grants now? Because when you say everything can be done in 3 weeks, is this the same for grants?
For grants, no, I can't say the same, and I can't speak much to it.
Okay.
Yeah, because I'm not in that department. But for grants, they also have their own process, which is really different from loans. Remember that loans, we have to review the documents that the customer has provided to ascertain if he or she can take the loan.
All right, Lagos, you can connect with us on the show this morning by calling 0915-387-7127, 0915-387-7127. Should you have any concern, you have any question you want to ask Oluwakemi, please bring it on. If you have any concern as regards the service they provide at LSETF, of course, this is the time for you to ask the question. The year is still fresh, if you ask me, right? For any business owner that wants to tap into the opportunity of LSETF, what do you have in stock for business owners this year? What do you have in stock for business owners this year as regards loan application?
Well, first off is the turnaround time, which has improved. I'm sure it used to be like a month plus for them to get approved and get their loans disbursed, but now it's like 3 weeks, like I mentioned earlier. And then we're encouraging business out there to LSETF cares, from the part where you've learned, like I mentioned, on the types of loans that we offer. Those that even don't have your business is not registered, you just went to learn maybe hairdressing or welding, you've gotten that certificate and you want to earn and you want to run a business, you can apply for the loan. So we are expanding the buckets. All sectors are welcomed. All business owners are welcome to apply. We want to hold their hands through this journey of providing jobs and creating wealth for Lagos State.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Oluwakemi. I'm calling from Adigya.
All right, Oladimeji.
Good morning to your guest over there.
Good morning.
I just want to ask a quick question. Aside giving loans to entrepreneurs and business owners, do you also do mentorship for, maybe new business owners that are just, looking for startups? Do you do mentorship with them as well? That's a question I want to ask.
All right, thank you so much, Oladimeji.
You're welcome.
Yes, please, go ahead.
Okay. Thank you so much for that fantastic question. Yes, we offer, because we offer a lot of trainings. We have a lot of trainings where we call these beneficiaries or these applicants, for those who want to start a business, on site, and also, yes, on site. We offer a lot of trainings, from bookkeeping to what you need to know to run a successful business. Yes. Yes. So yes, the answer to your question is yes.
All right. Aside from training now, let's go back to loans. What package do you have that is currently available to Lagosians? Because I know that for every single loan you have for Lagosians, there is a time frame for each of them. Which one is currently open now, and what's the duration?
All three are open.
Which one, and which one?
The MES, the ME, and the SME. The duration for the SME is within a month. The duration for the MES and ME is within 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's still open?
Yes, it's still open.
All open till when?
You mean the loans?
The loans.
To apply now. Oh, it's currently closed at the moment.
Okay.
Yes, it's currently closed at the moment, but it will be open soon, and that will be communicated on all our social media
platforms.
Yeah.
Okay. All right then. So, currently now, would you not have any portal open for loan application?
At the moment, no.
Are you working on any application? Are there pending ones that you're currently working on?
Yeah. The portal was opened in early February this year. So we had tons of applications, thousands of applications even. So yeah, we are maxing out on that, but I assure you the portal will be open very soon.
When you say the portal was open earlier this year, this is just about the 4th month winding down now. When did it open? When did it close?
We closed it last week.
Oh, last week.
Yeah.
So
it has been open for over 3 months.
3 months. That's good. All right then, Lagos, you heard it there from Oluwakemi. So definitely, if you have put your application forward, you should look forward to, the positive result from them, or positive response from them. Quickly, let's take a look at what the roads are saying. For those of you around Epe, it's free flow of traffic from Mojoda connecting Itamaru, Itaokpo, Ayetoro. Also good from Ayetoro to General Hospital, linking the T-Junction, Okio Shore down to Kitsu. Free flow of traffic from T-Junction connecting Alaro City, Elenregbe, Okiogun, Ibeju, Kara Market, Eleganza, Kayetoro and Eleko, while the return journey from Eleko is also appreciable down to Kara. Ibeju connecting the T-Junction, likewise, Okio Shore and the Kitsu, it's all smooth. Ayetoro, Itaokpo, Itamaru, Mojoda, super calm at this time. Thank you so much, Control Room. All right, Lagos, you can share with me what you're going through. You can send a text or put a call through. You can put a call through on 0915-387-7127, and you can send a text or WhatsApp platform on 0809 9120 I still have Oluwakemi in the studio with me this morning, and we are talking easy repayment structures, how LSETF helps you grow your business. Lagos, we have just about less than 10 minutes more on the program this morning. Yes, we got a call earlier from a listener who was asking if they organize trainings for other people. But then let me add, Oluwakemi, for someone who is just, sitting outside, that do not have a clear-cut, clear idea of what he or she wants to do you mentor such people also in identifying themselves?
So LSETF doesn't just give loans. We have other parts of the company like Lagos Cares, Lagos Innovates, and we offer trainings to youth on tech, on different sectors, So we give that opportunities of so many for them to make choices. So many career paths or skills, that they want to empower themselves with. So that's open for any of them to make a choice. And of course, when they are registering for any of this, there's always someone there to talk to them, to have that conversation. Okay, yes. What are your likes? What skills have you observed about yourself to know exactly
where you fit?
Yeah, where you fit. Thank you.
All right. So, in considering loan application now. You said the portal just closed last week. For which of the loans now?
For the SME.
For the SME. So subsequently...
Yeah, but MES is still ongoing.
Okay. So subsequently, which of the loans should Lagosians be looking forward to? Perhaps someone is listening out there and might want to tap into the opportunity.
So that's for loans within 50,000 to 250,000. They can currently apply.
Currently apply?
Yeah, that's the MES.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So for the MES now, which is between 50 to 250,000 naira, what are the requirements?
The basic requirement, like I mentioned earlier, the KYC, their BVN, their passport photograph, They don't need a bank statement.
Okay.
Yeah. If you don't have, you don't need to. But your certificate of skill, what you've acquired. Okay. Let's say you're a hair designer, a fashion designer, or if you have that certificate, you can upload that.
So
it's required.
The group of people that fall into this category, are they artisans? Are they traders?
Artisans mostly.
Is this strictly artisans or artisans mostly, or traders can also apply?
Traders can also apply.
Because I know that you have some packages strictly for women. You have some packages for, selected groups. Yes, that's what I'm asking.
It's open to all.
Open to all.
Yeah.
All right, Lagos, it is open to all. If you want a loan, ranging from 50,000 naira to 250,000 naira, the application is currently open. Can you confirm that?
Yes, please.
All right, then. So you can go ahead, and for anyone who wants to apply, how can one apply?
On loans.lsetf, loans.lsetf.ng.
Loans.lsetf.ng. And for those who do not have smartphones or who are not
they can go to any they can go to any of the license office. We have license officers at all license offices here in Lagos. So
just
that's
walk local government.
There. Yeah, the local government. Yes,
any local
just
government
walk in there that you want to take a loan with LSETF. We have people there on standby to answer any of your questions and to guide you through the process.
All right, then. So you can walk into any of the local government here in Lagos and any of the local council development area in Lagos here, and they will be more than willing to hold your hands through the journey of loan application. And Lagos, I am still expecting your call. We still have about 2 more minutes because I know that by the time we end the show now, somebody will drop a message on the WhatsApp platform. Yes, we get that. Yes, we get that often. After the show, you will see messages, and then you'll be like, "I'm sorry." So let's see.
I feel it's clear enough. Probably.
Well, it's not usually like that. Don't worry. When I see the message, I'll snap it and send it to you. You see. So let's now look at how Lagosians can get in touch with you. I mean, should they have any concern that they need to reach out immediately?
Yes.
Like your social media handles.
Yes, you can reach us on our social media handles. LSETF on IG and LinkedIn, and then our email address info@lsetf.ng. You can always send an email to us too.
All right, then you can always send an email, and you can reach them on any of their social media handles for you to, have that first-hand information. All right, Lagos, this is where we wrap it up on the show this morning. Today we have talked easy repayment structures, how LSETF helps you grow. My guest has been Oluwakemi Ladirin, a risk management officer at LSETF. Thank you very much for coming on the program.
Thank you for having me.
All right, maximum thanks to Opemi Shodunke of the social media unit. Big thanks to, I also have, a gentleman in the house. Hello, good morning.
Hello, thank you.
All right, then. Thank you so much for coming on the program. Opemi, thank you from the social media unit. Maximum thanks to Victor Terry. Our executive producer is Tayo Akonle. I remain Taiwo Barua. The program makes a return next week, Wednesday at 10:15. Until then, Lagos, enjoy the rest of your day.